want is right here. We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now.
What's up, guys? Boy, Benny. Breaking news. The Trump curse is real. Donald Trump's mouth-breathing Marxist opponents that are trying to fine him into bankruptcy were dealt a monster blow in New York when the appeals court sided with Trump. Never a good sign. Already in a preliminary injunction against the $500 million bond that they wanted Trump to pay. A reminder that Bernie Madoff, who defrauded billions of dollars from tens of thousands of investors, only had a $10 million bond. But Donald Trump, who defrauded nobody and paid all of his loans on time, gets a $500 million bond. Make it make sense. Of course, it doesn't make sense. New York appeals court reduces Trump's bond in civil fraud case to $175 million. Victory for the former president, but they did much more than that. They also gave Donald Trump a much longer window to secure that bond, and then said that none of his assets could be seized in the course of this appeal, which is a big deal. A major strike against the dirty communist Marxists. And Donald Trump was celebrating in the courtroom in New York, but created, as he often does, a unintentional meme with his comments. Let's watch.
Absolutely crooked. We did nothing wrong at all, 100%. And that was proven, and everybody there said it was proven. All you have to do is read the legal scholars, and you see that it was proven. But we will continue with that, but we appreciate very much the decision of the appellate division. Thank you very much.
What's your collateral for the bond?
Cash.
If you're elected, will you pardon yourself?
So Donald Trump turning around and saying, cash is now going to spawn 100 million billion memes. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. What's your collateral on the bond? Cash. Ooh, says all reporters. President Trump turning around and saying cash is sending me right now. You forgot to add the Giga Chad image. The memes, ladies and gentlemen, are popping. This is one of our favorites that we've come across.
What's your collateral for the bond?
It's still
Thank you, Steven Crowder, for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, the memes will be everywhere, says Clay Travis. He's right. Donald Trump then held a press conference after this ruling inside of Trump Tower, a defiant move. Donald Trump saying on November 5th, I believe, will be the most important day in our country, along with if I was doing poorly in the polls, none of these trials would be happening. If I wasn't running, they wouldn't be happening. Vintage Trump Rex reporter after major court win. First of all, it's none of your business. We are so back, baby.
President, you mentioned the cash you have. You said on Friday it's something like $500 million. You intended to put some of that into the campaign. Now that the bond's been reduced, are you going to start putting money into your campaign? You haven't done that since 2016.
Well, first of all, it's none of your business. I mean, frankly, but I might do that. I have the option.
Listen to everyone laughing. Even the reporters miss Trump. Isn't that amazing? Even the reporters miss Trump. You only have to be like a complete and total deranged lunatic, simpy psychopath who's getting paid in libel money in order to be so flippant and upset about this decision. This is a good decision for everyone, but most especially for the state of New York, as this will seek to moderate or mediate this insane ruling that will collapse and destroy New York forever. Listen, nobody's ever going to invest $1 in New York ever again. And New York is completely built on investment into the city, people building skyscrapers, if they think that this can happen to them. And if they see someone as powerful as Donald Trump, this happening to him, then why wouldn't it happen to me? They're all going to say. So none of them are going to invest in New York. On MSNBC, full-scale salty meltdown.
Honestly, this is so infuriating, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know if I care what the process is that these judges are arriving at. Whatever it is, it's flawed. I can tell you that much. I mean, David put it well. This is a different process for this person. We have decided that he gets his own private court of justice. He has a private plane. He has private clubs that he lives in. Apparently, he basically fashioned himself his own private militia to try to take over the Capitol. Now he's getting his own private system of justice. This is an absolute travesty. It would not happen for anybody else. Anybody else, it would be like, sorry, buddy, you lost, pay up. For him, he gets his own set of rules.
Legally, Tristan, how is that done?
We just saw it. They just decided that the appellate court has now just decided they're going to swoop in and just change it. And that's it. And now the AG's office can now try to go up above them. I believe, I don't know what the details are because you just told us. I'm guessing this is coming from the First Department, Appellate Division.
What do they pay these guys? Like, what does it cost for your dignity? What is that? What do they pay these guys? Like, how bad is it for these people that they're willing to like go on TV and say this? I'm infuriated. Like, dude, you look like you have some prospects, right? You look like an equities or bond trader on Wall Street. Like, it's kind of weird that you have two American flags flanking you in your like mini library there, but like, dude, like, you look like you have maybe some prospects. Why do this? Why denigrate? Why humiliate yourself? Why debase yourself like this? It's really something. So they're losing it. Donald Trump's been winning in appeals a lot. This is, of course, the face of Trump hatred, the end stage of Trump derangement syndrome. Oh, my life is sad. I hate Donald Trump. I created my entire personality around hating Donald Trump. Okay, loser. Shut up, man. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, people are excited about this energy, Donald Trump's energy. Obviously, the only man who's ever decided to age in reverse when being president. Usually presidents look like death warmed over, though they look like Joe Biden, actually. Donald Trump aging in reverse, sharp as a tack, and hitting the press right where it hurts. We, as I guess you could say, a member of the media in our own small way, had an interview earlier today with Brett Tolman, a really, really smart guy, former U.S. attorney. And he was talking about what this actually means for Donald Trump. It's even better than we thought as he went through the ruling. Check it out. There's this breaking news about the bond, and Donald Trump saying he's going to pay that and move on. But like, what a world. We went through how Bernie Madoff defrauded people for billions and didn't get a bond that high. How Sam Bankman-Fried defrauded people for billions and didn't get a bond that high. And here's Donald Trump. How else are people supposed to make, what are people supposed to make of this other than this is Marxist political persecution?
Yeah, Benny, thanks for having me on. I'll tell you that one of the most liberal courts in the country is the appellate court in New York. So to tell you how bad it is for Letitia James, for this judge, and the ruling and the effort in that case, you have one of the most liberal courts in the land issuing an opinion that agrees with Donald Trump that bond is outrageous. Now, I mean, keep in mind, not a lot of people understand, what this means. That $450+ million that the judge ordered needed to be paid. A bond would allow you to pay a portion of that. And Donald Trump could not get any company or anyone willing to take the issue the bond for him to pay. So in a real sense, it's not whether or not Donald Trump could put up that money. The reality was that he was being limited. He could not put up that whole amount in cash, nor could he use assets to satisfy it. But what this ruling does now is it says, okay, we'll lower this to 175 plus we're going to give you more time to do it. In addition, we're not going to allow during the appeal Letitia to try to execute on the assets, meaning she can't go after the assets of Donald Trump while he's appealing. And then finally, he's allowed to put up assets or the value of his assets in lieu of cash. So this is a game changer for Donald Trump. This allows him to maintain the cash that he has to try to battle and fight his legal battles, but it's a big loss for Letitia James and this judge.
Yeah, so thank you so much for educating us on that, because we didn't actually get a chance to read the ruling since it was happening live during the show, and Donald Trump just commented on it and he sounded very happy about it, and clearly this is why. Although I think the the damage has been done. We've been covering some of the larger real estate and financial sector talking heads from New York. None of them MAGA Republicans. None of them, I don't think any of them Republicans at all, right? Like, I don't think so. I think most of them Democrats being like, what the F is happening here? You're screwing us. No one wants to invest in Venezuela or China. You checked on the Chinese stock market because of this. This is going to kill the state, which is already, by population, the number one state that people have fled from over the past 3 years. New York has lost more people per capita than California even has. And so, a lot of people are screaming about this. Has the damage already been done here, Brett?
Yeah, there's substantial damage, and the reason is this, Benny. You take a business out there, and that business is going to go to a bank and say, "I need a line of credit," and I'm going to put up the assets of my business as security. That's how I'm going to get this line of credit. That's really big. It's a large line of credit, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to expand my business. Now, the banks do more due diligence than Letitia James can or has done in her entire life. They dig into every aspect of that business, all of the spreadsheets. They use law firms that charge $1,500 to $2,000 an hour to dig into Donald Trump. So they do that for an extended period of time, and they agree they will loan money to Donald Trump. Now, every business does it in the United States. Every business does it to some extent or another, and individuals do that. We say, "Look, I'll put my home up, and I'll get a line of credit, and here's my home. Appraise it for me." Can you imagine if we had county attorneys and U.S. attorneys or any prosecutor that has power, that all of a sudden we say this is acceptable, go after an individual, even though the bank worked way harder to secure its risk, even though the bank is not out any payments, and the bank wants to continue to do business with them. You do that, you will shut down this country. You will shut down business leaders in this country, and then the next step are mom and pop shops, and then after that, it's individuals with HELOCs on their home.